Let's speak to Thinathin, former Georgian Defence Minister. Just want to pick up on that point about the President saying she won't step down. How is that going to work, and where do you see this whole protest movement going?
Good morning. Technically speaking and legally speaking, she's absolutely right. Every decision that was made by these people who call themselves parliament is absolutely illegitimate. There is no single international observation monitoring report that claims for 26th of October parliamentary elections being either free or fair. Every single one of them clearly says that they were neither free nor fair. You go from IRI to NDI to Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, European Union, ODIHR, OSCE, all of them in one voice say that those elections were stolen. And, well, they don't say stolen what, but they say that they were neither free nor fair. What we've been demanding for all this time is to have some kind of international setup for the investigation of the violations, and obviously all Georgia calls for the new elections. That's why here we say that these people are basically playing house, calling themselves different names, members of parliament, speakers, governments, and so on and so forth. But all of that is illegitimate. So we are all here
where do you
with the
expect
president.
Sorry to interrupt. Where do you expect these protests to go? I mean, what do you expect the government to do as a result of all this?
I think this time what makes this, your journalist was absolutely right, what makes this protest very different from all the previous ones, like the huge ones we had in the spring, is that it's spread all over the country. There are hotspots created in basically every major city in Georgia. But even more important, what makes it different, and this is probably the better answer to your question, is that lots of people are resigning. We have already dozens of ambassadors to European Union countries, plus Georgia's ambassador to the United States, who have resigned last night. We have hundreds and hundreds of public servants refusing to obey the rule by this government to obey the decisions of the government. There are protest statements across the board, from Ministry of Foreign Affairs to Ministry of Defense. There are people resigning from the general staff of the military because people simply refuse to obey to the orders of the government that they feel are pro-Russian, serving Putin's interests, who just a couple of days ago congratulated them with the resistance against the West. And I believe that if that will continue, if the protest will continue across the country, and if we will manage to keep people as engaged as they are right now, we will have even more resignations to follow. Legally speaking, the exit for the government actually is pretty easy and very much possible. We have still a standing court claim at the Constitutional Court brought by the President of Georgia and 1/3 of the former parliament members about the elections. So Constitutional Court just needs to do its job. They need to do what is required by law, what is required by the Constitution of Georgia, and finish with this drama, and we can continue living in a peaceful and peaceful country that goes to the European Union.
Thinathin, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much.